Hi YouTube, welcome back to another video from Wtf Rc Cars. So for this one we're going to be looking at the Flysky Noble Pro Plus and the curve settings. So this one might be a bit longer because there's a lot to cover on this, so grab yourself a cup of tea. So if we go into the steering curve settings, this button at the bottom turns your settings on and off. They won't activate until you turn them on. So as first initial setup is on exponential, and it's on dual mode, so it'll do the same both left and right. So on this, if you turn it up or down, we can see what it does to the actual curve. So if we go to one of the extremes, you can see we've got quite a lot of initial turning and then it tapers off, so more travel at the end gives less. And if we go all the way into the negative, so your negative will give you far more travel on the wheel compared to less travel on the actual RC, and then more at the end. Now this can be quite useful if you find your steering's extremely twitchy, so this can calm your steering down. So you've got to move your wheel a lot further before it actually moves the wheel. But this is an extreme, so you wouldn't really run it like this. But certainly an amount of exponential can come in really handy. It can calm the actual steering down of the RC and give you a bit more control, especially if you've not got a really steady hand. So you can calm it down a bit, so you've got to put bigger inputs to actually make a difference. And you can have this in dual mode, which does both same, or you can have it in single mode where you click on it and you can change left and right independently. So you can run that, or if we reset, you've got the reset there, you can reset it, or you can set it as an arc. And again on this one, so when the arc is highlighted, it'll allow you to change the amount at the point what you've got set. So this can change what your steering behaves like. And then if you select the point, you can widen or narrow the actual point where it does change. But if you want to change this figure, double tap on that so that's highlighted, and then it'll let you change the actual amount that you're changing. So again, if you go into minus, it'll mean more movement on the wheel would be less movement on the actual RC. And then if we go to point, you can pull that out. So you've got quite a lot of turning on the transmitter, doesn't turn the wheel, but when you hit the point, you've then got full turning. And dual will do it both ways at the same time. If you press it to single, you can then change left or right. So that's how you set this up. Just remember, if you have altered the point, so if you have changed the trigger point of this, you can't just click on these. Sorry, if you have it on dual, you can't just click on these for some reason. So if we change the point, to then be able to get back to change these, you have to press that and then change it back to dual so it's highlighted. And then you'll be able to change what the actual angle is or the amount of arc. Again, you can have this on single and do them independent if you want. Not really sure why you'd want to, but you can. And then press it again and you're back to exponential. So that's just a quick explanation of what you'd want to do or why you might want to change the exponential or the curve. And if we come back, you've got forward curve. So on this again, at the bottom, enables or disables it. We can change as rate. So we can have a nice curve, so you can have a lot of initial, or if you go into negative, if you find your throttle's really twitchy, you can go into negative and you can see this red line. I have to move the throttle an awful lot further, but it still doesn't change the fact that full throttle is full throttle.
Please confirm.
So then we can also have arc. So if we change our point at which this triggers, then we can change the actual rate. So you could use this in drag racing if you want a jump start. So you can turn it all the way down, so as the throttle comes in, you've got a lot of movement before it kicks in, depending on how you've got the rest at settings. Or you can change it like that. So it really kicks in. And you can also change this point. So it instantly starts at 24%. Really depends what you want to do with it. There's a lot of things you can mess around with on this. But you see what it does.
Please confirm.
Then we've got a full programmable curve with 9 different points, and I think this would probably be more useful to drag racers. So you can change how your throttle behaves, and you can go through and you've got a whole bunch of different places. So depending on what you're trying to achieve, you can mess around with every one of these points and change what your throttle does at that point. And if you want, you can reset it all. So there are your two options. You can have arc or a full curve, that you can have 9 different points, what you can set, what the throttle does. If you're using servo speed, you could just hit the throttle and then have it step to each one of these as you want if you're doing it for drag racing. Or you can use them to limit certain bits of your throttle or smooth out your throttle. But there's definitely a lot of options.
Please confirm.
And then that's reset. And then if we go to brake, you've got exactly the same options on here. So you've got your rate that you can turn up and down.
Please confirm.
Or you can have an arc, or you can have a full curve. Exactly the same as on the throttle, where you can set each individual point to change the amount of braking you've got. So what we can do, if you also go to assignment and we choose one of the buttons, so we can come in here and you can turn the steering curve, forward curve or brake curve on and off. So if you want to be able to switch your steering curve, we can assign that to a button. And then when we press the button, steering curve on, steering curve off. So you've got it controllable, so you know whether you've got your curve turned on and off. And it also does the exponential when it turns the curve on and off. So if we set something up in here, you can see it turns it on and off, turns it on and off. So let's turn it on, go right into minus so I can show you what it does. So if you see, we've got quite a lot of movement before we get any movement on the wheels, and if I just press the button, it's back to perfectly normal. So you can switch between the two, and you can also assign a button for forward curve or brake curve exactly the same way. So if we go on here and we choose another button, and we can go in here and we can turn that to forward curve. So now if we press that button, forward curve off, press the other button, steering curve off. If all your curves are off, you'll see the pink icon go out. If you turn any of them on, you'll see that pink curve icon come on. So it just warns you that you've got one or the other turned on. And if you turn them up both off, or all three off, you'll see that pink icon disappear. Not sure if we can show on the actual display. So we've got forward rate. So steering curve, we can have it displayed. So it does show 100%. Let's see if we go in, steering curve. So if we back that down, yeah, it will show you the actual rate that you've got it set at. Not sure if there's any way to actually see that you've got it turned on and off though, other than that pink icon which will come on and off for everything. But you can have the actual rates displayed. So we can have them displayed on screen. And let's see if we go to that. So if you've got a spare dial, you can set the curve to it. So now we've got a dial on this side that we can just turn, and we can adjust the actual curve. And if we go into curve, yeah, so you can fully control the curve, and you can turn it on and off.
Center point.
So we've got no curve or full curve, and we can adjust the curve as we actually go. So yeah, fully controllable, and you can turn it on and off by a button. And you can also see what you've got it set to on the actual screen permanently. So you can see what it's actually doing. And depending on what you've got your curve actually set to, whether you've got it set to exponential or whether you've actually got it set to one of them triggered points, and you can fully change it. And you can set the throttle one or the brake one to a dial as well, depending on how many dials you've got free. But yeah, that's just a quick breakdown and explanation of what the throttle curve exponential, what it does, how you set it, and it's very configurable on this Pro, especially for throttle. So your forward, you can actually have it set over 9 different points. So if you wanted to use it for drag racing along with servo speed, which you could do, you've got 9 different set points what you can use to trigger it. But yeah, hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea what all this curve and exponential does. From what I believe, you've either got to set it to one or the other when you're in there. So you've either got it set to exponential, arc, and whichever one you've got it set to, that's the one that's going to run it. So if you've got it set to exponential and you turn it on, it's going to run your exponential curve. Or if you've got it set to arc, it's going to run the arc curve. So it depends which one you set it to in the menu on which one it's running. So if we've got a throttle set to this and we turn it on, it's going to be either you've got this set, or if you've got this set on exponential, it'll be either you've got it set on exponential. But hopefully that gives you some understanding of what it does, how to assign it to various buttons and dials. But thanks again for watching WTF Rc Cars. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, share to friends and family, and catch you guys again in the next one.